your narcissist and the new supply isn't what you think. It didn't go off into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of comments on videos I make about, like, some people are still ruminating, still going through the mental fog, and I got it. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to really understand and take this in, man. I really hope this message in this video can release some stress, you know what I'm saying? Some emotional stress from you, because it didn't go off into the sunset. It didn't. Listen, I know at the beginning we tend to think that we're less than, you know what I'm saying, than the next person that they put on a pedestal in front of us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they do this in reaction of who you are. You know what I'm saying? They got to knock you down because they don't know how you're authentically being you. They don't know how you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this is sounding wild, but they really don't. They do that in reaction of how you are. You know what I'm saying? And they will pedestalize the most randomest people in front of you and make you seem as if like you can never be good enough. You know what I'm saying? Or it's for them while in the relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. That's the mental. That's the mental turmoil. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, like, when they talk about them, the new supply, and they do this and all this, the work husband, the work wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the main people most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody ever tell you different on that, man. But it's crazy that they do that in spite of who you are. You know what I'm saying? And they got with you for who you are. It's the wildest thing, man. But it's the defunction of the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? They're dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? Dysfunctional, sorry. But it's wild, how they will do that intentionally over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? Despite how you feel about it, despite how you know what I'm saying? Like, I know we've all tried to love them into changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you at the beginning, before you even know about all this information about narcissistic abuse and all this stuff, like, before you even catch that kind of wisdom, you think that doing the genuine empathetic way is to get them to change by loving them through it. You know what I mean? This episode, this phase, or whatever they're going through. You know how they grandiose these random things that don't benefit the relationship, that don't benefit, you know what I'm saying, the best outcome for the couple of you and them. You know what I'm saying? But with the new supply, they going crazy. You know what I'm saying? They going hard. They going hard in the paint. They want you to feel as if like you aren't better than them. That's the whole point of that. You know what I'm saying? And also, in the same sense, they wouldn't go so hard in the paint for the new supply if the supply wasn't potent enough for them, if it didn't do it for them. Now, this is what I'm emphasizing about all of this. They wouldn't have went so hard in the paint, the love bombing, all that. They wouldn't have went that intense on you. You know what I'm saying? If your supply wasn't potent like that. I normally really don't even really do the whole like grade A supply thing. I understand the concept. I just don't really like, you know what I mean? I don't really care for the term, but I understand the concept. But at the same time, like, that's the concept. You know what I'm saying? You're potent to the narcissist. They wouldn't have went that hard. They wouldn't have done everything it was to do in order to mirror you, in order to get you caught up in them. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have done that if there wasn't a reason to. That's why I just really want you to catch the message of, you were always good enough. You just stopped believing it because you believed the words of the narcissist. You didn't believe the actions. You know what I'm saying? The actions were going hard for you. They were mirroring you. You know what I'm saying? You were potent to them. They wouldn't have done all this if it wasn't the case. Just because they go to the next person and do the same thing, now you get to see it on the outside looking in on what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you feel as if that person is more important, or the case. The reality is this: they're going to change and/or do better manipulation tactics and skills based off the supply. based off who it is, based off if the person can, be compatible with them. They're going to do all the same thing they've done towards you to lock them in. I just want you to understand, like, you were always good enough. This entire time you've been good enough, because they wouldn't have done that. I just know, I understand how painful it is outside looking in, because they did the same exact energy towards you, and then you'd be like, dang, they doing something with them that they said they was going to do with us. Quit worrying about, like, them. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that I do know, and I promise you, one thing that I do know is that the behavior cannot change without drastic cause to change. And a narcissist finding a drastic cause to change is a low % chance of that happening. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep this behavior up. They're going to do that just in the means of keeping somebody. You know what I'm saying? They go hard for that new supply. That new supply is going to be the old supply at some point too. That's the thing. Like, sometimes in these relationships that you have with these people, a lot of times you really be the person for them, whether you believe that or not. Whether you're taking in what I got it. The words can make you feel like what they're saying makes you feel like, ain't no way that I was. No, you probably were the person. You just became an old supply. You know what I'm saying? I know that's crazy and wild to say, but that's just the reality of a lot of this stuff. You become an old supply. There's something fun else to do. That's how they think, man. I know, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And they try to replace you. They try to replace you with what you are from the last person, and the last person, and the last person. It's almost like, sometimes I know this is wild. Y'all ever see Voltron? They try to put pieces of Voltron together and stuff, man, different colors. Anyway, but it just seemed like they're trying to build their own. They're trying to build this ideal person to abuse. You know what I'm saying? From person to person to person. They try to triangulate you with the previous supply and the new supply. You know what I'm saying? And then they take the previous supply, which is you, and take whatever traits they liked about you and try to make the new supply like that. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't really catch that too. The narcissist tries to make the new supply like the old supply. Or they're going to attempt to, at least. You know what I'm saying? They're going to attempt to do that. Like, whether you believe that or not, I got it. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to attempt to make the new supply like you. They are. Try to get them to dress like you, talk like you, walk like you. Yes. You probably like, that. There's no way, because they said that I was this and I was that. Don't listen. Anytime they say anything that's negative to you to put you down, that is for them to stroke their own ego. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to expose. A lot of times the stuff they say about you is stuff about themselves. They're just saying out loud towards you. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to spot your defects than them talk about theirs. You know what I'm saying? But they have to indirectly talk about theirs, so they won't feel some type of way about saying the things that they're saying. You know what I'm saying? They already don't feel like they can talk in the same our way, the lane you. You know what I'm saying? They already don't feel like they can talk like that towards you. That's why they have to talk as wild and reckless as they are, and find other people that talk like this, because it makes more sense to them to be like that. I know. I know how I be saying this stuff, man. I really do. I got it. But I just want you to catch it, because you got to zoom out your emotions. You have to look at these situations for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the new supply. A lot of times the new supply, we meet the new supply. I'm saying all of this to say, like, your importance to yourself is so vital for you to recover from all this, because I know it's a lot to deal with. I know you done got text messages from them. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with the wild situation, the triangulation. They saying, my friend is, they do this and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, relax. This is what the narcissist is gonna do. The new supply is gonna do. They're going to triangulate the new supply with you, and you're not even around. And also with another supply. The behavior does not change from the person to person. You know what I'm saying? The behavior it won't change. They're going to do that again. Most of the time when they jump to the next supply, it's the person they can push further than the previous person. You got to a point where your limit came up, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? You got to a point where it's like, hey, narcissist, you got to relax. I'm done dealing with this. And they can't deal with the NO. They can't deal with you defending yourself. They can't deal with you standing up for yourself when it comes to this stuff. They don't like that. They don't like you calling them out for something that they know what it is, but they don't want you to believe what it is. The sky is blue. No, to them, the sky is red. You better say that it's red, or we not gonna be together today. Like, I know that's, but that's just how that's how extreme they are with playing with. They weaponize the relationship. They weaponize their attention. You know what I'm saying? They weaponize all the interactions that you want to have with them that will consist of a normal relationship, while they do this thing with the new supply, until they lock them in. Until they know confidently that they got the new supply locked in, they're going to keep doing the devaluation stage. They're going to keep triangulating you. They're going to keep doing this process until they can lock somebody else in. You know what I'm saying? Because you've become an old supply. You've become boring supply. You know what I'm saying? And it's just but the reality is, but I'm also saying this too, that's going to be the person after you. So if you're one of those people that have met the supply, you know what I'm saying? Like, I catch this. It's going to happen to them, if not worse. I mean that because the way that they got them, there's a high chance they're going to lose them the same way. When you aid the narcissist in their behavior, their activities, their negative activities, if you rather, man, like, you're not about to keep this person like that. You can't keep a relationship built on sand. And a lot of times, whenever I read stories from people that comment on stuff, or, you know what I mean, stuff, just past experiences, like, the new supply will aid the narcissist in your devaluation. You know what I'm saying? They know the deal. They know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They know this, and they're going to continue to do this regardless of however you feel. Whether you've spoken to them or whatever the case may have you, it doesn't really matter to them. But I'm emphasizing to you is that the willingness of them to want to have to go through all of this, while also knowing about you, while also seeing how the narcissist is moving, you need to understand your importance and be okay with living the rest of your life ever talking to them ever again. You have to understand your importance out of that. You have to take your emotions out of that. You can't compete with somebody that already idolized somebody else in a way that you don't need to be idolized in. I really didn't want to say idolize, but just like, that's just what the narcissist does. Like, they have a future fake they self and think the new supply is a better option than you anyway. They're going to always feel that way, regardless of however you feel that the new supply is a better option, just because of how fun them and the narcissists have had. You know what I'm saying? We do fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? We talk in deep conversations. All this nonsense that they will triangulate you with and say out loud to you to make you feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Through conversation, bringing up this name that you need to start feeling you need to start being, you need to speculate of as to why are you bringing up this person's name so much? This is how they triangulate you. But just understand, it's not off into the sunset. They're going to beat each other into a mental pulp, trying to manipulate each other every single time just to have this whimsical moment that is temporary. They can't authentically. Most new supply, and listen, most new supply that know about you are narcissists themselves. You know what I'm saying? I know we've been new supply, but we didn't know if the narcissist was still dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? But like, if the new supply knows about you while trying to get with the narcissist, there's a high chance that they're a narcissist, toxic individual, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And a snake in the grass, for lack of a better term, to be honest with you, knowing about you while still pursuing somebody, like, that should let you know, like, this whole entire relationship, that you feel some kind of way about that they have, that this special thing bond they have, it's a toxic bond. It's a trauma bond. That whole entire relationship is built off a trauma bond. I mean, they got together doing stuff they wasn't supposed to be doing because you was still there. You feel what I'm saying? Don't put so much importance. I'm only saying this to be real with you because I understand that you can put so much importance on the relationship and the time and what it looked like when they were mirroring you, and they do all this other stuff for. Let Barnum and Bailey brothers have their circus. Straight up, man. Somebody was laughing at one of the comments. I put that in one of my videos, but it's the reality. It's just circus, man. Let them have that circus. You're never going to figure it out anyway. It's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. It's always grandiose, random. Quit stressing yourself out with them. It didn't go off into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you don't look for the downfall and stuff like that. Don't be on a social media and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, for the information and the experience that you went through, this is not going to be off into the sunset in any capacity. And even if it is lasted longer than what if you become aware or whatever the case may have you, listen, there's a high chance one person is codependent and the other person is not, or the narcissist. You feel what I'm saying? And that they're going to couple together to create a successfully toxic relationship. I got it. You may not want to see it like that, and you may want to see some type of other like revenge, if you rather. But the revenge is you moving away from this and letting them have that circus. Let the new supply jump through the fire rings. Let them get burned. Let them have that. There's nothing else that you really need to do to stress yourself out about. You know what I mean? Even if you got kids with them, you need to get yourself in a space where they don't affect you mentally on what they do, and do what is best for you in order for you to live and have a clear, focused mind and feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you got to be able to separate your emotions and for what this is. You know what I'm saying? Your emotions is going to keep you caught up in the narcissist. The narcissist is going to shelf you. You know what I'm saying? And put you on the other garage of other people, other supplies they shelf. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they trauma bonded them. Break the trauma bond today. Break the trauma bond today. Walk away. Go no contact. Quit talking to them. There's nothing else for y'all to talk about. Listen, you can't. Water seeks its own level. That narcissist is gonna always seek people that's like them. They can't compute with people who are authentic. They do not compute. Do not compute. Like, they can't. They don't compute. It don't. It's not. That's not a thing. It's aggravating for them to see you be you, and just be the traditional, normal way of a human being when it comes to these relationships. Not be toxic. That's normal to them. To find new supply is normal to them. Let them have that, man. Quit stressing yourself out. That narcissist is going to devalue that new supply anyway, if not already, if not been doing it, if not so much toxicity that you would never see. And the only reason that I'm saying, and the only reason I'm emphasizing this, because you have to understand what I've said at the beginning of this video. The behavior doesn't change. Did it change for you? It may look like it changed for them because the love bomb, you just see the love bomb. It looked just like that on you and the narcissist from somebody else's point of view, from the new supply's point of view is what it looked like, until the narcissist starts seeing the new supply get interested and then start, you know what I'm saying, baiting the new supply for the new supply to come play hero and save them from you and me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let this system that they have intimidate you, scare you, and make you feel like you're less than. You've always been that person to them, because they wouldn't have went this entire time going that much effort in order to manipulate you the way that they did, the way that they had you and I. Straight up. That's really the emphasis of all this. Like, it's just them going to person, trying to figure out, how can I manipulate this person better? How can I manipulate this person better? How can I manipulate this person better? You know what I'm saying? That's how they're playing this game every single day. Even with people that you don't even know about, in their phone. Every single day, this is the game. The new supply don't know. The new supply done took it as, oh, they're just being them, and I'm just letting them be them because that's how I do, and just let them run me over and keep them around. I know I probably added a little extra on that, but that's the realness though. You know what I'm saying? The new supply is gonna let them do whatever it is it takes to keep them around. You know what I'm saying? The narcissist, oh, I like to do this. You know what I'm saying? They let me do all these things that will typically be not acceptable in a traditional relationship. that's the life of the new supply, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And also this too, I just wanted to say this too. If you do want coaching services from me, I do have a link in the bio. You can find that. You can also join my free newsletter where I have other exclusive content coming straight to your email. So check it out, description in the bio. So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.